Welcome everybody to Big Braids and Crypto. I'm your host, Mr. Big Braids, coming to you live from a reservation somewhere. We're going to do a quick report on ASM. We'll do a few run through on a few other coins this morning, doing a coffee and crypto this morning. So let's get it started. Okay, looking at ASM, we're going to start out with ASM. Looks like ASM actually headed up, touched 618. Could probably expect a little bit of a, hopefully looking for a little bounce off the 618, come back down, retest 786, and then possibly get something like this. We also had another scenario where we're just waiting for BTC, basically trying to find out what BTC is doing. This morning BTC is still lingering around. Looks like it might be trying to do something. Let's get rid of some of this some of this mess here and take a look at this here. Just to set up a BTC here, I've seen this more times than once over the past few years, and I'm still getting that, dippy feeling. We had talked about, a retest at 55,000. That's still on the table. 54,000, and then 52,000. If BTC does get down to 52,000, I really do, think that the bull run's going to continue. The bigger the dip, the bigger the bane. That's just what I'm looking for. So really, just paying attention on. It's Sunday afternoon. Beginning of the season used to be a lot of bloody Sundays. It's just been alternating back and forth. But that's crypto for you. It goes up and down, and right now seems to be again, a little dippy here. ASM's been hanging in there between the 13 and 14, so basically just basically sideways. That's just basically what we've been seeing here. That's basically the setup, and if we get rejected again, going up towards the the 618 here, the 618 line here. If we get rejected up here, it's going to get some pullback, and that 10 still on the table. I'm still looking for that 10. I'm still hoping for that sale at that 10, and I know a lot of you don't want to hear that, but that's the price that I'm looking for as far as accumulation goes, and that would be the best price for me, for a possible rejection and then a pullback to 10. With some consolidation and then one of these, that's the best scenario that I would look for ASM. So keep an eye out for that 10 for the lowest buy-in. I know some people are asking about what the lowest buy-in is, but just you always got to remember that this is not financial advice, and you always got to do what's right for you. And this is just my views and opinions on the market. So, but yeah, as far as the lowest buy-in on the ASM, that's the lowest buy that I'm looking for. A little over 10. That would be some, perfect area for accumulation. Anything in this area is actually pretty good as far as I'm looking for accumulation. As long as I'm, trying to accumulate at like 16, and then that's not even a very good. If you already see this scenario setting up here, with this little freaking. You already know there's going to be more, so there's it sets this to buy up here when you can get a better sale, right here, and. That's the price target that I'm looking for as far as ASM. Let's take a look at Gala. And we looked at Gala last night too. And as as we talked about, it was probably going to touch the 50 cent area. It almost did. It got pretty close. It looks like it touched 49. Let's see, 0.49298, which is actually pretty awesome. I mean, considering where it was at yesterday, that's a pretty good push. And looks like it's already testing the 618 here. So, as much drive as this, Gala's going, we could probably look for, something kind of like this. A little bit of a breakout. We could be at resistance here. If it gets here, we could start looking for, what's this price up here? Let's take a look here. 65 cents. 65 cents. That's pretty reasonable, especially with the push that's gone up here. So, next price target, over the next few days, it'd probably be about 65 cents. Unless we get a pretty good rejection, or BTC just freaking dumps the hell out of itself, or takes off. Either way, that's the way it just rolls though with crypto. So. But that's what we could be looking for. 65 is a pretty good target for Gala as far as being bullish, and it's still looking pretty bullish. We'll take a look at it this afternoon, see where it's at. We could be just getting some consolidation here for a little bit until we figure out what the next move is. Tomorrow is the start of the week, so it's always got some decent action at the beginning of the week, and going into the Sundays. This next week for me is usually a pretty green week, so. As bullish as everybody's being on Gala, it's looking pretty good for a decent setup for another one of these for 65, and then after that, but for having 7 billion total, currency, as far as that's what I see on Coinbase. For anybody out there that's got it pulled up, feel free to comment if you have a better look up at that. I can pull that up right now, but. I'll get all those numbers for y'all this evening, and but as far as I'm seeing, it's 7 billion on Coinbase, and the average volume's been at 706. Volume right now is 564. Having a little bit of cool down because that was a pretty good push, especially when you're pushing coins that are that have like billions of currency in circulation. That's a lot of money to get it to go up, to have a good push, and then there's that cool down. So Gala's looking pretty good. But if there isn't any more pullback on that one, it already came back. It's touching the 618. And we usually get that 30% here, if after it does get a pretty good one. So if it does get a really good cool down, which a lot of these coins are actually doing that, this going into this crypto season, they've been coming down and checking, the 618, and then for some of this like this action, and then here. So for as far as Gala, keep an eye on 25 cents. That's pretty decent as far as how bullish it goes, but it could probably go down as far as to, looks like, maybe at 22 cents, because it looks like it's got some pretty decent support here. So 22 cents, and then one of these, or 25 cents and then one of these. But if Gala's got some pretty decent FU money, we could just test this, check the 65, come back for a reconnect, and then freaking bounce on out of here, which is that would be totally awesome to see. I'd be happy for y'all if that happens. So this year's that's wishful thinking. And and as far as everybody that got in down here, have pretty awesome. You guys are doing awesome. Gala's looking good. So let's see what else we got on the table here. XLM, we'll go up doing some XLM this morning. Looks like XLM, could be possibly getting some action today. Let's see where we're at. Came back up over the 786, hit the 618, came back for a retest, which right here would be, the higher low for, some of this action here. So, some price action on that would be, if it gets rejected at the, 0.36, it could get some pullback for some consolidation. As far as XLM's been going, it's been doing actually pretty good, especially with a lot of the pro projects it's got going on. But if it does get some pullback, BTC does dump down to 52,000. I'm still looking for 30 to 32 cent, decent sale, which is pretty. I'm actually looking for that as a serious amount for a serious price for some more accumulation. Because if it does come down, and that's looking like in a few days, more buying power for me. So I'm going to definitely accumulate some of this XLM. So I'm definitely hoping for a sale. But one of these are great too. So if that happens, then hell yeah, that's all. We'll all celebrate after that. But until then, I'm accumulating. So just remember that. Hopefully a lot of your guys' coins are doing pretty well. Let's see what else we got on here. Farm's gone up maybe $10, which is, everybody's got that BTC pair going. We still got, everything looks to be setting up the same. That one, just like the last one we looked at. Let's take a look at NKN. NKN's got the same kind of setup we got here too. So, BTC starts heading out. We can see, most of the coins that are BTC paired will start rising with it, but then once BTC really starts pulling back, they'll have a pullback, and BTC will just let them leave them behind for a little bit, let them kind of consolidate, and then until whenever it gets done, and then after that, then they'll continue off wherever they were whenever BTC either took a big dump or freaking rocketed it out of there. But I'm still looking for price targets on NKN. People are looking for asking about buy-in targets. So and always remember, this is not financial advice, but these are just the targets that I'm looking for as far as a really good sale coming up into the week, because I base it on every couple of weeks. So by throwing some more in there and catching the sales pretty good. So taking advantage of the retail, before retail, and then because that's when everything's going to get expensive. And then so still looking for the good T at 10x. So if anybody's got any good ideas on that area, if there's any other coins that are popping, be sure to comment those, and we'll throw them up on the board and we'll take a look at it. But as far as NKN rolling with BTC, with BTC we're hoping for the the pullback, and then the launch up, which would be pretty awesome, because but it'd be a retest at 49, come back down, and then we'd have some pop-ups, and then we'd go from there. But until we get through with this bearish scenario, I've just got some price targets set up, and then once we start heading back up, then that's when we'll start hitting the fib lines and stuff like that. But as far as just looking for buy-ins, I do a lot better looking for these sales just by reading this grid. I've looked at these dang lines long enough in my life that it's just like you can see where they're going to go. I mean, so those are some price targets that I'm doing, because I'm just shopping around right now. So that's NKN. What else we got up here? DNT's looking pretty good. It's actually good back up there. I mean, it's holding pretty strong. To see it, as you can tell, some of the lower cap market coins will actually line up with the BTC pair a lot better, and it basically, to me, when they do that and they make it, you can really get a read on BTC by looking at some of these lower market coins, because they really get the the gist of what BTC is doing. So like with DNT, I hold that up there because it really lets me know that this is what BTC is really looking at, and then we could be setting up for the double bottom, and then one of these here, which would be like the perfect setup. But DNT is just one of those coins that if it's not going to get going when BTC gets going too, it's just going to have some major pullback. And I'm looking for 13 whenever BTC starts doing its big charge up for accumulation down here. So that's the price target I got on DNT as far as a good buy-in. WCFG, same setup as well. It's got the this could go anyway. It could be watching right now. People have mixed outlooks on it. Is this bearish flag or a bullish flag? You don't really know till after the flag is actually heads out, because you could have some of the flags are pure positive, the perfect launch, and then some of them are perfect descent. So you really gotta keep an eye on those and just maintain what you're doing. So, but after you've already accumulated, you could basically watch this and see where everything's going on. As far as WCFG, I'm looking for accumulation. I actually got on this one here. It started out, and it's always been between $1.80 and $2. So my price target is right around $1 or 90 cents. That's where I would hope to get in as far as WCFG, because it's got it could get some decent pullback, because it's not really it's just kind of dinking around there at the moment. But it's one of the wrap coins, and I'm just kind of waiting for that to do good. Most of the wrap coins do pretty good, but that's just like I said, that's just something that I'm looking for, looking into. Let's take a look at Rury. See, same pattern. Cut that upward crawl, looking for that either the back test or the drop down. I'm looking for 16 on Rury as far as lowest point for accumulation for what I'm looking for on Rury. So 16 would be pretty good, and just for some decent build up. Most of the the horses that I got, like ASM, I got that as one of the horses that I got. That's why I got this little red flag. That's why the little coin that I'm hoping does something. So I got to take off this gala. We'll take a look at this one more time, just for everybody's concerns on this part. I mean, do not do this. If you're taking advantage of a stable coin that's going like this, make sure you get out. Don't try to hold that thing, because it's going to go back. Another reminder, we'll just keep that one up on the board just for shits and giggles, because Um, I still can't get over that damn thing. Shiba is looking like it's shaping up pretty good. Got some good Shiba does whatever it does whenever Shiba game wants to head up after it. This sucker could be starting to wind got its consolidation out, got its little trend going down. As you could tell, you could tell it was going to go ahead and start heading down. And then we had the fake out, and then we had some consolidation, and I mean, once it hits a point, I'm sure we could probably start seeing some uptrend. But until Shiba gets some awesome news, but Shiba does what it was once, and it's got it's good project right now. So let's hope that it gets up to back up into the this range here. I just keep Shiba up there just because wishful thinking, but um, I don't really do anything much with Shiba at the moment. Mask here, Mask is being steady again. Got the same setup here. This is what we were looking for the other day. Back up and around 13, and then just sideways again. It's just been basically going sideways for the majority of uh, the past couple weeks here. So I haven't really been paying attention to Mask. It does go up and down, and uh, just one of the coins that I've been keeping an eye on is, I think I had like one person that was asking about Mask, and I haven't really heard too much about them anymore. So so QNT I am looking for. As you can tell, it's got that basic setup, and then possibly we're gonna have I'm looking for 190 back to lowest point as far as QNT. I've always felt that was a pretty good floor. So that's price buy, and I'm looking for a QNT, which is actually pretty awesome. So let's keep an eye on BTC, and let's get some more coins up there. Throw some out there. We'll throw them on the grid for this evening. But yeah, this is Coffee and Crypto, and I hope you guys are all having a great day. And you all have a good evening or a good day. And Mr. Big Braids is signing out. Later, y'all.